Hello and good evening. My name is John and I'm joined by
MPG.
and we're here playing Omen Exig Plague as part of my Steam cleaning series where I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually, then arbitrarily rate and review them with a wee bit of playtime. I don't quite know what this game is, but the game's out at random. We're gonna then jump in together and find out.
It's very tentacly.
Very tentacly. We're gonna play a new game.
Alright.
You ready to make some choices?
I'm ready to make some choices.
All right. The beginning of a journey.
Alright.
You are accompanied by the sounds of the rigging rustling in the wind and the swelling of the waves as you stroll along the ship's deck. Its rocking evokes a slight sense of nausea, the wood groaning faintly with your every step, as if something inside wanted to scream, but it didn't quite have the energy.
Can we
A
take
journey.
a pause?
What?
Can we take a quick pause?
Now?
They're describing a sailboat.
Yeah. There's not a sailboat.
That's not a sailboat.
Oh, no, you're right. That is not a sailboat. A journey, a long journey. Your ship is headed to Zanzibar. How long have you been at sea? You cannot even remember. I mean, the days follow one another, never changing. It feels like living in an endless haze, dazed and captured by the outline of those unknown waters. But all in all, you don't mind the feeling. After all, you're here to forget those edibles you took. Your name is Jake Huntington. You are a doctor, a researcher, a ninja, a martial artist, or at least you were proud to call yourself one before the entire world crumbled around you. You've always fought to save people's lives, but now you face a difficult battle where you have to kill. Such is the irony of fate. You enlisted in the boat's gone, by the way. You enlisted in order to escape from yourself and above all else, from the pain. You look out to sea, wondering whether the ship can carry you far enough. Reality seems to.
I hope that he's talking like he's
saying this. He's got to be saying this out loud.
And the
crew
other
is just.
crewmen on the ship.
Oh my god, they're so annoyed with. Yeah, Jake Huntington. Your name's Earl.
Yeah, exactly.
Reality seems to suspended during the sea travel, but time loses all meaning and extended infinitely. You're just on drugs, literally. Like, yeah. Just like the blue expanse spreads out before you day after day, you're watching the horizon ahead, bobbing up and down, when... Jake, remind me again why we're here. It feels like all this water has wiped my memory clear. The voice belongs to Ed O'Bannon, a blonde Irish boy. Can't be much older than 16.
You gotta do your Irish voice.
No, I'm not. Oh. Wow. And just like every other evening, he's had a drop too much to drink, yet he blames the long voyage on his memory lapses. Indulge?
Or ignore. Let's indulge.
He's definitely not blonde. Speak with that.
No.
Oh, Bannon. I have no idea why they're sending us over. I don't know how to do Irish voices. It's forsaken on the other side of the world. Let me tell you, I don't even care. All I know is that tomorrow we'll be there at last. These words you leave Ed to his beady Irish drinking songs and head below deck. It's time. It's time to sleep. You're lying in your bunk. It's not a bad bunk with all the windows. Yeah. Just like every other night before the best part of the year, you're having a hard time falling asleep. You toss and turn in your quote-unquote sweat-soaked sheets until... Jake, are you asleep? It's Ryan Vespucci, the man bunk mirror. Of course, you're going to call him... call out that he's Italian. He is an assistant cook hailing from Italy. Suddenly you remember that tomorrow is your turn as a ship's mess. Listen or avoid?
Listen.
What is it, Ryan?
I'm gonna do Ryan.
They're gonna do Ryan. Okay.
I left you the list of the provisions we need to get to the gallery tomorrow. Is that good Italian?
That's perfect. Nothing. No notes.
No notes. I want to talk to you about something else as well. I've been hearing rumors among the soldiers, but maybe we should discuss the matter tomorrow. Good night, Jake.
All right, now that was good. Good. Can you take that line again, but do it as a vampire?
I left you a list of provisions we need in the gallery.
Okay, so it is slightly more. It's like the Italian one, but like times two. The dome is filled with heavy breathing and loud snorings of your companions. Apparently, everyone is asleep soundly except for you. Turning over in your bed, you find a note Ryan left you under your pillow. Oh, it's a do I like you? Yes, no.
Yes. Now.
You light the candle.
Love can't wait.
You keep near the bed and read the note right away. The candlelight flickers in the dark and the words come to life and dance before your eyes. while your pupils get used to the faint light of the wavering flame.
It's love.
Jake, you think that you joined the army to atone for your sins, but you're mistaken. You're not headed for Zanzibar by chance. What you will see over there will change your perspective so much that once you will turn your old profession once again. And during this journey, you will discover that you have a friend. Is this like a bad fortune cookie?
Yeah.
Well, it's not Ryan's list. You wonder whether it's an odd prank by your fellow soldiers, but it seems too clever for them. While considering several theories, you slip into the slumber, gently rocked by the waves.
He has such disdain.
Yeah. It won't be long until landing, but doesn't mean you can't escape. You can escape kitchen duty. Ryan hands you a bag of potatoes to peel while he starts working on a bunch of carrots, slicing them with skill and accuracy, which is second to none. Better than anyone you ever see. Reasons or past?
Reasons.
Are you here because you really want to be a soldier, or are there other reasons?
Are you asking me if I joined the army out of passion? Well, I wouldn't say so. But the pay is good and the meals are guaranteed. Besides, it doesn't seem to me that you're here for passion either.
I totally broke you with that vampire.
Now it's just vampires.
Now it's just vampire. It's fine. You can be a vampire.
Ship is filled with vampires.
It's a ship full of vampires.
Yeah.
Is it that obvious?
Don't worry, apart from some fancy officers, I bet few people here are just for fun.
Shouts coming from the deck interrupt your chatting. Land ahoy! You hurry up and carry out your task before landing. Oh, map, character sheet, notes. I'm gonna look at character sheet. Is that okay?
Sure.
Whoa, we got stats!
Oh, we got fighting, we got observation, we got medicine.
We have nothing. We have nothing. We are completely
no skills.
Trash.
Yeah.
Widower.
We were a doctor.
But we have no medicine. We just lost it all.
And yeah, exactly.
Zanzibar port is a racket. Sailors yell in a wide variety of accents while goods are unloaded onto docks, piling up in small mountains of crates. You are on the deck observing the slowly approaching shapes of Stone Town. Soon, at last, you'll once again set foot on solid ground. You are granted some free time, so you treat yourself to a stroll on the town. You're walking along the quay, when a beggar approaches you. His rough hooded tunic covers his face. He reeks and walks with a limp, leaning heavily on a stick. Even though you don't understand what he's saying, you understand from his gesture. He's asking for charity.
Help. Let's be nice.
Oh. You hand out a coin to the beggar, and as he reaches to grab it, you notice a tattoo on the inside of his wrist. You only get a glimpse of it, but it strikes you with peculiarity. The simple shape reminds you of an eye. 2 experience points, hell yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
The beggar tries to get your attention and follows you. He grabs your shirt, forcing you to stop. He slips his hand into your pocket and then suddenly starts running. His apparent disability has gone and he's no longer limping.
Grabs your shirt, forcing you. He slips his hand.
He gave us something. He totally gave us something.
Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and ignore. Let him go.
You check your pockets. The only thing missing is a strange message you found in place of Ryan's list. Why did that man steal it? He probably thought it was money. You are still confused about what just happened when Ryan approaches you on the dock.
Jake! The hell are you doing? Leave over! We've been called to muster!
You follow the oh, he's now half Italian. Wow, you are... Not you personally, Empathy, but like, this writing is very Lovecraftian because it's very racist.
Yeah.
No, he's not just Italian. He's half Italian. Be very clear in the writing that he's half Italian.
Yeah. Like he's one of those mixed race people. The what?
What?
Lovecraft.
Yeah. You follow the half Italian to the dock of your ship. The troop is examined and soon makes its way to headquarters. You march with the squadron you were assigned to, lost in your thoughts. You expected an entirely different welcome from Zanzibar.
So are you like the...
Okay, chapter done. Sweat and blood.
Oh, so this is just like a interactive novel.
Well, okay, we're gonna be able to buy a level up soon.
Yeah.
You want to do all the non-narrator?
Shall we? All right, this one's gonna be a Frankenstein.
Okay.
Wake up, everyone on their feet, quick!
You open one eye, followed by the other. You feel slow swaying in the sea and the peculiar smell of the ship. Something like unwashed bodies and acrid salt, which prickles your nostrils. Just for a moment, and then, within seconds, you're on your feet. It's Smith, captain of the troop, who is yelling at you in the early morning. O'Bannon groans. He is still not up, and luckily the captain is unaware of it. The cries of Captain Smith cannot sink a battleship on their own. Could sink a battleship.
Let's scold. Let's get O'Bannon on his feet.
Come on, O'Bannon. Stop dreaming about whiskey bottles and get him. Wow, he's so racist.
Yeah,
and get
just
him move on.
He's Irish. And this is the so
this is the Irish kid.
Yeah. I mean, we could go like, I mean, if the game's gonna be racist, we could just do the leprechaun voice. And, you know.
I'm awake. What is it? Lucky, I can't do voices.
I'm awake.
There you go. I'm awake. I'm awake. Your Irish friend's whiny character reminds you of a child who does. He is literally 16. He is a child. The fact that it reminds you of a child is accurate. Not even my mom was this annoying. O'Bannon mumbles something more incomprehensible words, and with considerable effort, he gets to his feet wobbling. It still seems he is drunk from last night. We're to keep an eye on him to prevent him from getting severe scolding and flagrant punishment. So, this is one of those interesting turning points when it comes to narrative and writing and stuff like that, where I don't know how accurate this is, because I didn't live in the 1920s or 1940s, but from my understanding, it was hella racist. So, like, if we're trying to inhabit that time, should it be hella racist? Or do we try to make like this, you know, super duper modern protagonist who's like, well, I'm not like the rest of the people. Like, I don't have a good answer to that.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is one of those things that I've kind of struggled with a little bit, which is, you know, when you are inhabiting a specific time.
Yeah.
You know, I think that there is something to be said. Like, what does your audience want?
Right.
Does your audience just want escapism, or does your audience like want something that feels true?
Right.
And if they want something that feels true, then you can't escape what was going on at the time. Yeah, you can't escape the truth, and you can look at it without glorifying it, without, you know. And I think that there's also something to be said for, you know, pretending that that truth wasn't there.
Right. Yeah.
I feel is also a disservice, because what you're doing is you're creating a false.
Yeah. You're rewriting history. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And it's like, so I get it if people just want escapism and they just don't want to deal with heavy like racist crap. You know, I don't force them into that. That's
why that's why it's always a good idea to just like, you know what, we're not going to be based in real world, because the real world sucks.
Right, exactly.
You're outside waiting for the training to start. O'Bannon is next to you, still sleeping. After weeks of travel, Smith fears you've all gone soft. Looking at the men in your row, the doubt seems entirely valid. You can see the disorientation and lack of sleep on their faces. The air is filled with sand and your boots sink into the mud. Wait, how is it both sand and mud? The view is desolate except for some isolated shacks. Smith is explaining the details of his morning training with the cracked, rasping voice. You're distracted by the view. The weariness of the journey makes the speech hard to follow, and you end up missing parts of it, but you're sure you're not the only one. No one can use this new situation due to the brevity of the captain's speech. You hesitate for a moment, but Smith breaks the silence with unyielding command shouted out loud.
Come on, move, ladies, until you are well awake.
Oh. We get a stat point.
All right.
Do we want to go heavy speech?
I think let's see. Observation, medicine. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the.
You put yourself ahead of the group. You want to control the pace. Observation, lead, save energy. You follow Ryan, who is running at a regular pace. Don't get too tired. Help Ed. You stay next to O'Bannon and try to help him. Outrun. You try to surpass all the others. You want to prove yourself.
I would say speech.
Yeah, I like speech because I would assume that if you're making a lot of games suffer because they'll pick like one or two skills that like control like how much story you get.
That's just it.
And it's really hard to be like, well, I gotta take the story ones first because I'm never gonna get a check that says sniping skill 7. Like it's gonna be like, no, it's gonna be speech.
Right. Yeah, speech is the one that's always.
But it does. The cost went up, so.
All right.
That was only 10. That was only worth 10 experience. So in the future, we should always take the free one that gives them the most experience point.
Right.
Got to min max our O'Bannon limps at the back of the group. Ed, you better pull yourself together quickly, or we'll be in trouble.
Don't worry, Jake. If I don't collapse gasping for breath, this race will be rid of the hangover.
They all turn into vampires eventually.
Yeah.
Once you arrive at the training ground, you must crawl through the mud and overcover several grueling obstacles, climbing walls, barbed wire, and thick tires. No Oxford comma. This time, no one waits for Smith to start barking orders. You all dive onto the ground for the next exercise. Take a breather to see how O'Bannon is getting along. In his current condition, you are worried he will end up sinking into the mud and suffocate. Your concerns ought to be well-founded. You see O'Bannon trying to slip out to catch his breath. Unfortunately, ends up lying down with his face right in the muck in the middle of the training path.
O'Bannon, keep doing that and I will put you in isolation. Good job, Vespucci. Huntington, you need to work harder.
Smith surely isn't generous with his encouragement. You try to clean yourself up as fast as possible. Your clothes are wet and heavy, not exactly ideal for your next task. Climbing a palm tree as quickly as possible. Picking a coconut. What is this, Survivor? Yeah, picking a coconut and climb back down, preferably one piece. Medicine, agility, speechcraft. I mean, at this point...
Let's go observation.
Oh, but I want to get the most experience points.
Oh, all right. Yep, do it.
Yeah. Because, like, that's worth 20.
Yeah.
Because if I look now... You have 2 speed. Now it's cost like we can buy ourselves observationally. I'm min-maxing too much. I know. Yeah. I appreciate your. Oh, that's you.
I appreciate your comradeship, Huntington, but I want to see your coconut. All this. Oh.
Can we discuss? We'll just move on. You nod, helping O'Bannon to sit on the ground, then carry out your task. You try not to show any annoyance or irritation towards Smith. You deliver the coconut and get back to your mate. It's time for the gun test. Welcome to the gun test.
You know.
Smith examines you quickly with great glances while soldiers hand you a rifle. The test is simple. You need to hit the target. We're gonna just keep doing speechcraft.
Yeah.
You shoot the rifle, then encourage O'Bannon to imitate you, trying to. Look at our speechcraft. It's like getting up there.
Yeah. Right. Well, I hope that we can talk to Cthulhu.
I hope we can romance Cthulhu. You shoot quickly and return to Ed, who is clearly...
It looked kind of romantic, like
the way the tentacle was reaching out.
Yeah.
Return to Ed is clearly in trouble due to your alcohol still in the system. You get close enough to him to let him hear you, and you talk with a reassuring voice, which takes all your patience. After a couple of seconds, O'Bannon starts staring at you vacantly and lost. The Irishman gets down to his work, and he shoots reasonably well. At least he managed to shoot. After the shooting range, Smith takes you to a large, flat, dusty area in the front of where the series of worn-out cannons. Smith wastes no time pairing off the men to cooperate in both the maintenance and actual use of the cannon. She probably wants to test your teamwork skills. You find yourself paired with O'Bannon, who joyfully comes to you stumbling a bit. Oh, we can't get any more speechcraft. We burned that out.
No more. All right. So observation, I would say.
You watch a rail. Okay. You carefully watch the other pairs busy with their cannons. O'Bannon is too preoccupied with his headache to help you much. You mimic 2 skilled soldiers. All in all, you manage to shoot decently. This is not satisfied at all, and he sharply explains to your next task. It's time to practice hand-to-hand combat. Naturally paired off with O'Brien. Look at your partner, assessing his state. He is still a bit dazed, but at least he is standing and seems a little bit more aware. You get set to carry out the task. Okay, we have agility, medicine, or fighting.
Let's do medicine.
Okay, you try to strike O'Bannon to stun him without hurting him too much. O'Bannon hesitates a few moments and starts to hit you. You exchange some blows, and you manage to land a punch between his neck and shoulders. You have planned it well. O'Bannon falls to the ground, semi-conscious. Victory is yours. Smith stares at you for a couple seconds, then he mumbles something, but he still seems pleased. He orders you to get started on the next task. Once again, you are practice hand-to-hand combat, but this time your opponent is Vespucci.
Blah!
Bah! Look at him and he smiles. You know he's stronger than you. All right, so are we gonna... We have 1 medicine, 1 observation.
Yeah, I think observation. I think we can do analyze.
You try to buy... Okay. You try and buy time in order to find a fault in his guard. You decide the best strategy to observe Vespucci's technique. You take your time, you dodge and block his blows. You are getting tired and you feel pain where you have been hit, but your strategy pays off. So you realize Vespucci's guard is full of openings. You hit him with a well-calibrated jab to the chin, knocking him down. Your comrade brushes the dust off his trouser. You hold it in hand with a smile. Ryan smiles back. He takes your hand and gets up, congratulates you on a good fight. Smith continues relentlessly shouting orders. You pick up all the equipment, the backpack, and the training rifle. It seems that the captain wants you to be full of adrenaline for the combat simulation so that you don't hold anything back. He forces you to run right through the jungle to reach your next destination. It's like he set up a giant obstacle course. We've been here for like a day. You glance at... Oh, no. That's a bandage and notice his arm is bleeding. We have to aim, right?
Yeah, we have to aid,
Yeah. Wait, Ed, what happened there? You point to the trace of blood on his hand. O'Bannon shrugs to minimize the injury. You're aware with a smirk. You answer a smirk, gesturing him to come towards you. Medicate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come here, Ed. Slow as you are, we'll be last anyway. O'Bannon mumbles and smirks, but he gives you his arm. Lift his sleeve and check the wound. It's not too bad, but it may get infected in here in the dirt. You clean it up with your canteen. Oh, wow. We're actually good. Wrap it in the handkerchief with training over. You take a look at it. You and O'Bannon are the last to reach Captain Smith's prearranged spot, both panting and red-faced. You are welcomed by a barrage of insults, which Smith spits at you both with equal parts of saliva and venom. Squadron moves together, but without you, Bannon and Vespucci... Oh, without you, Bannon and Vespucci, you fall behind to deal with your friend's wound. The Italian wanted to assist you. He is always ready to help.
I thought he was half Italian.
They can't tell. Ed is immediately taken to the headquarters in order for his wound to be sutured.
You punched the half out of him earlier. Now he's
whether you should follow him and perform the task yourself or leave him to the hands of the doctor.
Immediately say
is he our buddy?
Yeah, let's go with him.
We'll go with him. You follow Bannon to the shacks that the troops' headquarters are made up of. You navigate the movements of the men and carry your friends and move closer to the wound. Oh, we gotta go back to training.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the last part of the training, teamwork. The troops stop near abandoned fortress. The two groups are ordered to get into formation. One will attack the walls, the other will handle the artillery. What? Either bombarding the... Oh.
All right. We're just going to be blowing each other out.
Are we artillery or attack?
Let's go artillery.
Okay. Your orders are clear. You have to take the fort as quickly as possible while trying to limit the enemy's counterattack. You must decide what strategy to use. Protect?
Protect, I guess.
I mean,
protect, but he also attack. Let's do protect.
Okay.
Or do you want to? Okay.
There are intense moments filled with shouts and blasts and dust. The simulation battle is quite real. The day is not coming to end, and the mock attack on the fort has been carried out. The men are all exhausted, yourself included.
I'm proud of you all. Today you made a real effort. Tomorrow we could even go on the attack, but for now it's time to rest and refresh ourselves.
Day's light is almost disappeared below the horizon when your captain brings the soldiers back together. He's an important message for all the men. He has not yet started to talk. He is waiting for everyone to sit down, but you can feel some serious tension filling the air.
The pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini, ruler of Zanzibar, died on the day of your arrival on this island, and Khalid, an illegitimate ruler, has been taken his place. An ultimatum has been sent to Khalid requesting that he abdicate peacefully. I'm hurrying this up. That ultimatum will expire tomorrow morning. Oh, okay. So we're just gonna go in and just start murdering.
Yeah, your squadron. Yeah, your squadron is lined up. You're in the headquarters. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, but this time everybody's wide awake. You're ready to set up the Sultan's palace. Looking around, you can see the anxiety face of fellow soldiers. All right, so we have 12 experience points. Do we save it, or do we buy a fighting or observation?
Fighting or agility, you mean?
Agility. We can maybe. Do you want to wait until see it tells us what the check's gonna be? Because we can. It seems like we can always just spend it when we need it.
I think we can. So let's go ahead and wait till the check.
Okay. Time given for the ultimatum is almost up. The British force is composed of various ships around 1,000 men. The Sultan's army should not be underestimated. Between his most loyal men and the soldiers subdued to his will, the prince has gathered a small army, certainly enough to propose a threat. The reason for the Smith's urgency is training these men. With all these hours crawling in the mud and climbing the palm trees is now clear. He was figuring out how to prepare his soldiers. Figuring out how prepared their soldiers were, rather than just training recruits. Khalid's granted time is almost run out. In Real Admiral Henry Lawson, who is on board the St. George, notified the men to stand by for attack. You don't know him well, but you've heard that he is intolerant of anyone who fights under any banner but his. It's General Lloyd Matthews who begins the attack, ordering his men to open fire on the Prince's palace. Well known for extraordinary willpower and determination, Matthew has just one goal in this fight: unseat the usurper quickly as possible. We have... Oh, we actually can get items.
Okay.
These are our characters and our mysterious tattoo, and then... Oh, okay. I wonder if we actually travel on this map.
I don't know.
Even Smith seems intimidated by the figure of Zanzibar Prime Minister, Jonathan Matthews, and nervously commands his troop to move forward to the palace. He wants a reconnaissance group to avoid ambushes, look for the best point to strike. We are observant and can talk. So do you want to follow that line and do the
I think so, yeah.
Sir, I'd like to volunteer to go on a recon mission to the dock. Smith appreciates your initiative. After looking you straight in the eye, in a few moments, he decides to put you in command of the operation and chooses a group of men who are going to follow you and take your orders. You lead your group, running close to the palace walls, silent and sliding along like thin shadows in daylight. You place yourself near the shore, hiding behind the dune, where your backs barely sink into the sand and your watchful eyes have view of the entire dock. All around you, the sound of cannons echoes from the allied ship, which are wiping out the opponent. Okay, an observation or... I mean, we've got a lot of speechcraft.
Yeah, let's do command. Let's see what happens when
It's time to success. It's time to show Smith what we're made of. Oh, we got experience for that. You arrange a little reconnaissance group while you orders the other soldiers to provide you all the cover of the fire they can. The men are excited. They trust your gut instinct and follow your orders promptly, eager to face danger. Keep an eye on your explorers, ready to immediately intervene if they need it, but everything goes smoothly, and you smile as they return. They tell you that the enemy artillery is disabled. The whole situation seems in favor of the British Army, so you decide... I love doing a colonialism in the morning.
Yeah.
So you decide to retreat to the palace gardens. This way you can support your allies in the battle, which is almost at its climax. While you move forward, you meet your allies on the way back. They are euphoric, and when they see you, they flail their arms around with... Okay.
Just
wavy two arms! The war for the Salted Palace has turned out to be a surprisingly short-lived affair. After only 45 minutes of steady cannon fire, the British Army has forced the Sultan and his men to surrender. Despite the brevity of the battle, you are happy with yourself and how you managed to contribute to the victory. At the end of the fight, while he addresses the troops, Smith unexpectedly addresses you in front of the other men.
Untainted. Oh, whoops, sorry. You did well in the battle. I didn't know you were a leader.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
4 more experience points.
Sweet.
You head towards the headquarters with your troops. You walk away from where the fight took place and turn to look at the Sultan's palace, which is still surrounded by smoke from the battle. The ruins collapse on themselves, causing clouds of sand and dirt. You see the British ships in the distance peacefully sailing away in the background. You fell behind. The rest of the troop are now far ahead. You speed up to reach them when an elegantly dressed man approaches you on the street. The stranger takes off his hat in greeting and speaks to you with a German accent. Mr. Huntington, I could trouble you for a moment of your time? You're confused. You've never seen this man so far as you can recall.
Or a German accent quite like that.
Yeah. Fine, you do it. You stop at the street staring at him without uttering a single word while the crowd seems to distance itself around you. If you were trying to avoid embarrassment of an uncertain situation. Finally, your mind manages to find a concrete answer while your mysterious interlocutor waits the great parent's hand held to his chest. Are we gracious or are we surly?
Gracious. We got all these.
Pardon me, but do we know each other? You do it. You do it.
Forgive. Oh gosh. All right. Gosh. I'll forgive my rudeness. My name is Mayer. Nice to meet you in person. Finally.
That's Swedish or?
That's kind of Swedish German.
He keeps smiling at you, barely bending his head in a sign of respect as he's waiting for your next query, which is not long coming. The pleasure is mine, Mr. Meyer. May I ask how you know my name?
Yeah, you see, Mr. Huntington, I am here on behalf of a group of people who deal with public health. The gentleman group I belong to is very interested in what happens around it and in the whole world. We know, of course, about reputation.
That's good. That's much better. That's much better.
I decompose a little bit.
Yeah. What reputation? You are just one of the many doctors in London with almost no medical skill, and you're not even sure whether your neighbors would recognize you. Meyer German's accent speech stops the flow of your thoughts.
I hope to talk to you if you have time, of course.
Accept or walk away?
Sure.
You accept Meyer's invitation, intrigued by his word and the mysterious group of people. You sit down. Oh, we're on a date. You sit on a bar along the street. The man orders 2 coffees while he watches you with strange, but friendly smile, unable to inspire trust. He raises his cup just a little, sipping his coffee inside in your every mood, making you uncomfortable.
Please, don't be so nervous. You make me feel like an executioner ready to cut your head.
Man smiles. He lowers his cup in front of him, leaning his elbow on the table. His hands meet in a tangle of fingers near his chin. He never stops staring at you, not for a moment.
We know you are not a soldier. Your medical research is cutting edge. I, as the gentleman I represent, have gathered a lot of information about you, and we are interested in working together. Think of us as modern patrons.
Again, I will remind you, we have 1 medicine, so I don't know.
Yeah.
He laughs as if he found his metaphor enjoyable.
We barely administer CPR.
Yeah. we were like, I couldn't suture this wound. Or perhaps he's simply amused by the astonished paleness of your face.
You don't need to answer yet, Mr. Huntington. Think about it. You know that every disease has consequences. Some of them go beyond even the deplorable loss of human lives. We are studying a dreadful disease which could soon turn into a pandemic. Oh, too soon.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, really? For this reason, we are looking for people who can really make a difference in dealing with such diseases. People like you should not quit, even though I can understand how after your terrible tragedy.
Tragedy? They're really talking about Helen? He really has done his research on you, but that was no joke. You can't help wondering how he knows so much, especially about Helen. We can leave, we can listen, or we can...
Let's reply.
Okay. I don't think you know or remotely comprehend. You answer harshly, tightening your fist unconsciously.
Yeah, that's right. You don't talk about Helen. I know more than you think, Huntington. I know you're a determined man, and soon you're going to face the truth of what I am talking about. By the time you witness what the disease can do, I will be back, and I know you'll have realized how serious the situation is.
One more revelation that shocks you. You start feeling very uncomfortable and nauseated as nausea attacks you, making you unable to answer or do anything apart from dry your hands.
Think about it, Mr. Huntington. We are willing to offer everything you need to help you change the destiny of the whole world.
When has a German ever offered unlimited power without a consequence?
Yeah, the German definitely has a design on the world. Okay.
Yeah. This man waves goodbye to you without granting you a chance to respond, vanishing the crowd like a ghost. The meeting has left you pensive and distraught. It seems Meyer wants your collaboration, offering you his help. But there's something about him that doesn't convince you. Too many secrets and oddities. Oh, you met a new character, new journal entry. So that was Meyer, and then meeting with Meyer. All right. And we're racking up the experience.
Nice.
You enlisted to forget Helen and the illness that which took her away from you, but your efforts have been in vain. Your wife would never have wanted you to quit your job, yet not be able to save her, destroyed your self-confidence, left you consumed by doubt and guilt. Now it seems the past is trying to reach out to you in some way. Then you remember the message. You'd like to ask Meyer whether he sent the warning. You regret not having thought of it before, but it's too late now. He's already long gone. Well, okay. Invisible evil. So what do you think so far? We're about half hour in?
I am not... It's definitely not what I expected. This is like, I like visual novel. Like, I like that it's, it's mostly just a novel. It's, they're not trying to do anything really more with it than there's text, picture, and then a couple of choices here and there. I sort of like the RPG element they've added to it.
They're very slow start. Like, we've only had one stat based.
That would be my one thing is that it could have... I don't know what the intro gives us in terms of okay, we're on the Merchant Marines or something like that, and and we're escaping something, and we used to be a doctor. There would have been a better way to get that
across.
A more in media res.
Well, I think you're exactly right there, and like, we're a half hour in, and like, you're still this reluctant. I mean, look, he's a widower, like, he's got his reason, but like, the reluctance to, this is the denial of the call, the hero's journey kind of thing. Are we excited to be a doctor again, or reluctant?
Reluctant.
You'll follow the orders. Okay. Get to the armory.
But yeah, I mean, the game, I'd be really curious how this game, moves forward in, like, where, when we get to the, the crazy Cthulhu
the tentacles
crap.
On the cover. You pick up this book on the shelf, and you see, oh, there's a tentacle. And you're like, when do they get to the tentacle factory? It's like...
I was promised tentacles.
I was promised tentacles on the cover.
Yeah.
There is definitely a lot of... Oh, are we a pistol or rifle boy?
Rifle.
Oh, okay. We actually have it. So I love items in visual novels.
Yeah.
I mean, it puts it much more into the adventure game side of things. Are we... Oh, we're speech... We gotta do speechcraft. Always gotta take the choice. Got our gun. Oh, we got an accomplishment. Okay, so he gave us a bonus gun. It was an achievement for that.
Oh, nice. 2 guns. Now we get to Yosemite Sam.
Okay. Oh my goodness, we have this whole kit of stuff. That's cool. I think that this format has potential. I don't know about the story, but I really do feel this format has potential.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that it's, you know, it's an interesting, you know, mechanism for telling this sort of story. But yeah, I think it just the problem is that you gotta hook a little bit sooner. I'm not one of those like the first 10 words have to hook me, but it's like
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going on and it feels a little bit it feels a little disjointed at the moment.
Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of stuff to remember.
Yeah.
We met his son. Scott. We're still in Zanzibar. Like, I feel like this is something that just like it needs a lot more. And now we're traveling again. All these bops. All right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, how do we get back to the main?
So yeah.
Where's my tentacle? I was promised a tentacle.
Yeah. We were promised. Yeah.
There's also a side story. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's zombies. Look at that. Like, if there's gonna be zombies in this game, you gotta get that up front too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
Cheers.